got to be honest, they got my attention again. I'm excited. We got Breeze coming into the story.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Rock and Kanan going at it. And then, of course, my guy, not Preem, Supreme's a real person. What's his
Mhm.
name in the show?
Which one
The
you talking about?
Supreme, the, with the
The
gold teeth.
yeah, I forgot. I forgot, but yeah, I know who
Yeah,
you're
we
talking
got
about.
him in there too. Yeah, man. And then, of course, my favorite character is Marvin. Marvin, please
Yeah.
survive. I love Marvin.
Yeah, no, I
Every
know.
time I just be like, please let Marvin live. That's
Yeah.
the guy right there. Marvin is the most down dude in the whole show, man. What's your thoughts after seeing the trailer?
Yeah, well, I mean, even after last season, I was, interested in, the very next season. Now, one thing about the trailer, because I think at the end of last season, they showed him possibly shooting his mom, showing Kanan shooting Rock. But as you can see, I guess that didn't happen because she's all through that
Unique.
she's
That's the
not dead.
character. My bad. Unique.
Yeah, yeah, unique. But anyway, they showed Kanan possibly shooting his mom at the end
Mm-hmm.
of last season or whatever. We didn't know
Mm-hmm.
if he killed her or anything like that. Well, obviously, we know after seeing this trailer that she's not dead. She's going to be all throughout the season and stuff. So
Right.
the only thing, and I know you and I talked about this, KP, is I just don't understand why Kanan is so mad at his mom. Like, why he just hates her. You can be upset, but she hasn't done anything to where you should just hate her. Like, she's had your back really this whole time,
She
you
kept the
know?
mob off of him. She kept
Yeah,
him out of jail.
yeah.
I mean,
And
shoot,
you,
when he did the murder, she hid it for
mhm.
him, killed the dad just to make the murder
Exactly.
go away.
She's done everything for him, and he just hates her. He just
And
hates
she
her.
didn't
I'm
even want
like,
Kanan in the game. She wanted Kanan to go to college.
exactly. But they would be a formidable team together. He just
For the little
just
time they were together,
crazy.
they were a formidable team. For the little time they were on the same
Yeah.
team.
But I mean, that was just for a little bit of time, but I don't know what's going through his head. And then he's teaming up with her ops, and it's just crazy, man. I don't know.
So who's kind of more misdirected, him or Tyreek? Because I feel like Tyreek at least has more of a reason to be upset because Ghost did lie to him. He did not know his father was a drug dealer. Kanan knew his mom was a drug dealer. She ain't lied to him at all. So I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, man, where's the disconnect here?
Yeah. Well, Tyreek, the reason why I had to say he's probably further on the outs is because he actually killed his dad. Like, I just think that was crazy. He actually killed his dad. And Tyreek, actually came up, with a silver spoon. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did.
Like, there
He
was so
did.
many different things he could have done. And, I mean, and it would have happened just because he had access to everything. Now you look at Kanan, even though his mom was in the business, she was making money. It's not, he didn't have that silver spoon though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They were still kind of, trying to make it to where Ghost made it. So I do think they're both off, but I have to say Tyreek more because he had the chances. He came up in the luxury, penthouse, with the silver spoon in his mouth and could have done anything he wanted. And he decided to kill his dad, the person that got him all that stuff, which made no
And
sense at
become
all.
and basically replace him.
And yeah, and become him, which and do the exact same things he, was doing, so it just didn't make any sense. So
I
yeah.
think I think for me, if I say who's more off deck, I think it'd be Kanan because again, Rock never lied to him. Ghost lied to Tyreek. And I'm not saying that makes it okay to kill your dad and do all that stuff. But you could at least be saying, well, I didn't really know you and you just lied and everything, our life was a lie.
She did lie.
Tyreek can't say that with Rock. I mean, yeah, okay, she set up Kanan's friend. I get it. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you knew your mom was a notorious drug dealer.
No, she lied because she knew who his dad was and never
She
told.
lied about that too.
Yeah, she had her lies too, or whatever. His dad was living right there, was in the area that he was in, and he
The
never
whole
knew
time.
he never knew that was his dad. So yeah, she did. She had her own lies that she was doing. So yeah, she lied too. And then when he found out, oh, this is my dad, and he probably wants to have a relationship and get to know him. Now he's dead.
And she did that to protect you, though. That was
Yeah,
that
I'm
because you
just
was into
saying.
foolishness. Now,
Yeah.
again, that was messed up that she had his friend killed in season 1. That was
Hmm.
messed up, but his friend was gonna bring the whole organization down. And this is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. This was so weird. He's so mad at Rock, but he ain't got no smoke for his uncle who actually killed the friend.
Yeah. Well, because he knows that the only reason the uncle did it is because they take their orders from Rock. So they're gonna do whatever she say and go kill the dude. So she mad at the person he's mad at the person who gave the order. The problem with this whole thing is with both Ghost and with Rock, the biggest issue is they never give the information that they need to give to their child.
to bring them
They
into the fold.
yeah, to bring them into the fold or anything like that. And that's what it is. There's so much, just like even Ghost and Tommy. Ghost never gave Tommy all the information. Rock kind of does that same thing with people. So it kind of,
'Cause she does it with Lou. She doesn't do it with Marvin, though. She tells Marvin
yeah,
everything, basically.
yeah. But she does it with
So,
Lou, so
you notice that Kanan has never had any smoke for Lou, because I think he feel like, "Yo, man, I ain't got no chance against Lou." Whether it's a shootout or a fist fight, Lou gonna win.
but yeah, yeah, most definitely. He don't
So,
want that.
yeah, he don't never walk up on him or Marvin. Like, he know he know where his limits are.
Man, those man, please. The boys, he don't want it with them. He don't want it with them at all. And plus, he's still learning the game. He's still trying to become the tough guy. The Kanan we know he's not there yet. So,
Well,
you
this
know,
is kinda crazy too in Kanan's part, where he'll believe Pops and Pop's wife and them and just kinda go off everything they say. And I
yeah.
was like, "Okay, if you don't trust Rock, why are you so quick to trust these people that are not your family?"
Exactly, because
That's kinda weird to me.
they're just using. Well, the thing about it in his mind, he doesn't have those people that really, those older people that really care for him like that are gonna lead him in the right direction. So he kind of went looking for that, and he's looking for it in the wrong area because pops and them, they're worse than
They're way worse than Rock.
yeah, yeah.
Way worse. I mean, like,
So
the level of lies that he got going and all that type of stuff is really crazy. And
yeah.
this is the thing too. Do we even know that, I guess maybe Breeze is being kind of groomed to maybe set Kanan up? That's what it seems like to me.
Well, I mean, I can't wait to see that storyline with Breeze because you've heard about him a lot, even with when you're watching Ghost and all that. You heard the name Breeze and all that, and of course, we know that Ghost killed Breeze, but we don't know what, kind of
Why?
led up to, yeah, why, what led up to all that. Well, we kind of know that Breeze was trying to do things differently or whatever that wasn't going to be conducive the way Ghost wanted, so he had to kill him. But just the same with Kanan, he had to send Kanan to jail because he didn't want to kill him. So but I just want to see what led up to all that, what Breeze was, because Breeze was like almost their leader. Like they learned from Breeze,
Exactly.
so I want to see, what kind of character he is. And then I'm also curious if we're gonna see like a glimpse of, Ghost and Tommy. When do
I
they
think we're getting
finally
closer and closer to Ghost and Tommy, but I
yeah.
don't think we will. I think we probably would get like maybe some glimpse of them or some hint of them at the end of season 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just at any time, because they got to come around soon. I mean, they met each other, I think, before they were adults. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, couldn't. Yeah, so they gotta, we got to see something.
That's true. I wanna see a little bit less of Unique because I like Unique in the maybe season 1. I really liked his character in season 1 and season 2.
Yeah,
This last season, I hated his character in season 4. Like, the getting hit on the head, and then he turned to, like, the super thug, and,
yeah,
like, it was just stupid. He killed his brother. The whole thing was just it didn't work for me.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
beat that bad with a pole, you're not coming back like Jason and doing all this stuff Unique was doing,
Mm,
unless you Jason Voorhees. So I didn't really like that, and it didn't make any sense. He couldn't remember anything.
yeah.
I
It
just
was
thought it was really out of place.
yeah, it was a little over the top, and some of these shows they do that. Just like in The Wire when Omar when they were going after Omar, Omar was jumping out of the building, and then everybody was scared of him. He barely could walk, and they were still scared of him after he jumped out the building and broke his leg or whatever. They still scared of him.
Mhm.
It's just he just super gangster now. And I mean in real life he was, but still, they kind of the movies I think kind of just make it over the top, and I think this show made it unique over the top and it wasn't as believable,
Yeah,
So
because when he was just regular Unique, that was good enough.
yeah, yeah,
It was, like, perfect. Joey Badass was killing the role, and it was perfect until they turned him into Jason Voorhees, and it was like,
yeah,
"Okay." And then even the brother, I didn't like that character either, Ronnie. I thought it was ridiculous.
yeah.
Yo, this
Well,
dude's going around doing all this stuff, and ain't nobody decided to shoot the guy in the back at some point or something like that. Come
well,
on, man.
he was supposed to be, he was getting out of prison. He was supposed to be like this super gangster, this super tough guy, stuff like that. But then, I just don't know. It didn't materialize in anything.
Well, it
You're
also
waiting.
took a page out of Paid in Full, remember? where my guy Kermit had paid in full. When he came home, he didn't want
Mhm.
no work from Ace. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He want to work the
Mhm.
corner himself. And remember,
Yeah.
Unique tried to put his brother on, put Ronnie on, and he didn't want to work. And I'm like, so you mean tell me you gonna put me on? I ain't got no danger, and I'm just gonna collect the money? Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, exactly.
How
Like,
many
shoot.
how many dudes saying no to that? Now I want to
Exactly.
be out there and I want to risk my life. I want to risk getting arrested again. I just got out of prison.
But, that's the life that he was used to, the way, so he just I don't know. He couldn't see it any different. I mean, shoot, think about Kanan. When Kanan came out of prison, he was trying to take over Ghost and Tommy's business. If he would have came back and not did that, Ghost and Tommy would have set him up where he didn't really have to do nothing. He was just getting paid. You saw Tommy was letting them in on everything and telling them everything and all this stuff. Like, he could have really had it easy. But, that's not he's used to it being one way. He was used to being that man at the top. So he was trying to take over.
This makes me wonder too how far they're gonna go with Ghost, especially with the current actor,
Mhm.
because he is like the teenage version of Kanan. How far is this gonna go up until Ghost and Tommy get into the picture? Because they
Mhm.
still got like a whole run of the three of them doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how far is this gonna go until we bring them in? And I'll be honest, I don't want to see a power show of Tommy and Ghost as teenagers without Kanan. That would be boring to me. I don't know why
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
do that. I kind of don't really want to see a lot of that anyway. I think I'd rather it stay a little vague.
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool maybe to see the conflict that made them break apart.
Mhm.
That might be okay, but at the same time, it just makes you wonder how far this is going to go up until the regular power starts.
Yeah. So we know they're gonna probably have the power legacy with Tommy and
Tariq,
Tariq or whatever. So they're gonna
which I'm
have
looking
that.
forward to that. I think that's got
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah, I know they're gonna have that. I still do wanna see the teenage one with Ghost and Tommy.
I don't.
I just I do. I mean, I want Kanan to be involved in that, but I still wanna see that because I like to see how it all, kinda started off and stuff like that, but just because I like Power so much, I just don't know if that's gonna be my favorite one or anything. I just, just to keep it going, just to have something to
I
see
need them to
because
go back to the Power Rashad Tate. That's where they dropped the ball. I want to see Rashad Tate because Lorenz Tate, he killed that role. He acted his
he did,
ass off in that role.
he did, but I just don't know where else they could go with that.
I mean, he could run for governor. He could do a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
He's a
but he was
shiesty
already
politician. It fits
Yeah, he was
perfect with what's
already
going on
running for
today.
governor and stuff. I don't know. I think, because they keep bringing him into different shows. I mean, he was in the one with
With Tariq.
Tariq and all that. He was in and out of that one, and especially towards the end, he was really in that one. It's just,
Hmm.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I mean, eventually they're gonna have to stop this altogether. I mean, the girl, was it
Courtney
Courtney
Kemp.
Kemp?
Hmm.
Yeah, she's doing Nemesis now. I don't even think
Right.
she's even dealing with Power anymore. And she's the main writer for it, or the main person, or the main producer for the
Right.
show or whatever. So, we'll see how that
It just
goes.
makes you wonder where they're gonna go. And then they talked about a movie. I don't know if they should do any movies because that's kind of like that was a downfall of Walking Dead. Kind of going too far and not really having a plan of where it stops. I think
Yeah,
that's where you got to have a plan of where does power stop at.
yeah,
And
yeah,
maybe just going forward with Tariq is enough, but you got to stop at some point with the going back because it can trample on what you already did in the original Power series
hmm
if you're not careful. So I think that's the part that's kind of like, where does this stop at? And then what do you do after this? And I think maybe Power will be good if they have some other faction that's totally unrelated to, Ghost and Tommy and all of them.
yeah.
That might
I'm
be a good
just,
way to go.
yeah, I'm just upset that those people came in jukebox. They're all really dead.
Right. Because you
Because
can't reuse the characters.
Yeah, and I like the I mean, Kanan was one of my favorite characters in the whole thing.
Hmm.
The grown up Kanan. That was like my favorite character. I didn't want him to die. I was upset when he died. And then I like Jukebox because the thing about it, I think there's a lot of story that can be told with
I
Jukebox.
agree.
You know, and we
Yeah.
missed out on a lot of that story. So
Because here's the thing too, we gotta figure out how does Jukebox diverge and get to DC? She's a cop in DC.
hmm
So she leaves New York at some point. So what happened there? So
yeah,
we gotta
yeah,
figure that
and
out.
why did she come back? What's going
Exactly.
on? So
Exactly.
there's a lot of stuff that goes in with that.
Now I'll tell you my favorite character that I mean, of course, Ghost and Tommy, all those people, I love those characters. My favorite character that nobody ever talks about is
Angela
Tubi.
Valdez.
No, Two-Bit.
I
Two-Bit is
just
that
find
dude, bro. He is so grimy.
Yeah, he is.
I
He's
really
my
like
favorite.
Two-Bit.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. I like him a lot, and I really hate that we don't see him anymore in this stuff because
Exactly.
yeah, he in the Power Legacy he needs
They
to
gotta
show up.
bring Two-Bit
Yeah,
back
they
because
got
him
to
and
bring him
Tommy are
back.
still cool.
Yeah,
Him and Tariq
yeah,
are not cool, but he's still cool with Tommy.
uh huh. And
And
he
I
ain't
feel like
really.
Two-Bit is like a real representation of somebody that's gonna look out for themselves all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, him and Tariq are not like ops or anything, you know. So
They don't like each other though.
yeah, but they ain't like ops. Like if they see each other, they're not gonna try to kill each other. It's not like I don't think it's that
Yeah.
far,
I think
you
that
know.
the problem with Power Legacy is okay, you got, Tommy and Tariq, but where do the other characters fit in? Like, Kane and like the Tejadas. Where do all them fit into this?
Well, well, a lot of them they all scattered though. You know, like Kane is not even in New York
No,
or
he left
whatever.
New York, but I'm just saying
Yeah, and
they you would think they're gonna cross paths if Kane is still a drug dealer.
but you don't know. You can be a drug dealer somewhere else, and y'all never cross paths. I mean, Ghost he wasn't crossing paths with the Tejadas. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, and they're in the same city.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
good point. Why did Ghost for him to Ghost to be that big, for him to
yeah.
never cross paths of the Tejadas or never even hear about
Well,
them?
because Ghost is Ghost, or whatever. Not everybody knew Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like Ghost was this fictional character or whatever.
Or even
For some
Tommy.
people.
Like they seem like they didn't even know the
Yeah,
Tejadas even existed.
they probably didn't, but they didn't need to. They
Well, I
didn't need
guess
to
yeah,
know.
they
They
would be
were
more
in
small
their
time compared to Ghost and Tommy.
yeah, and everybody was in their certain areas and doing stuff. So you're not gonna necessarily have to cross paths, especially the Tejadas. I mean, Monet is dead. The
No, I'm talking about
daughter.
prior to that. Prior to that,
No, I'm
I
talking
guess they
about
would have been
now.
yes, they would have been small time.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about now, like legacy. You're talking about
Yeah.
are they gonna? And you said something about them interacting with
Well,
the
Drew
Tejadas.
Drew and Kane are still alive.
Yes, but they're not there. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think Kane
Kane
is
is
still. I
gone.
mean, no, Drew is still in New York.
He might be, but Kane is gone.
Yeah, he
Or
is.
whatever. Monet is dead. The daughter, she's probably not even dealing in drugs or whatever, anything like that. She's probably doing something else or whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a
and
lot
Effie's
of
still alive too. Effie's still
yeah,
alive.
but she's not a Tejada. But yeah.
Yeah. And then his homeboy, he's still alive too. So
Hmm.
where does he fit into things?
He could fit in too. It's whatever. If they're doing it together, you could be a drug dealer and not be a drug dealer with this person.
True.
So
Yeah, well, I think they off to a good start with this trailer. This told me everything I need to know that I definitely need to watch the show. If y'all haven't watched Nemesis, just watch it because I think it's worth watching. That's all I'm
I
gonna say.
started it. I
I ain't
started
gonna,
it. I just
I ain't
ain't
gonna say nothing else because there's a lot of good things. It's a lot of things you can say around the show.
yeah. Yeah.
And then your boy that played Magic Johnson, you see he's in Nemesis.
Yeah. So and we'll have a discussion, at a later time about Nemesis, because I know we're all gonna watch it. So, we'll get on here and have our discussion, give our thoughts about it.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think about Power Season 5. Are you excited about it? And where do you see things going for Kanan? We'll catch you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe.
Little girl is an empty page that men will want to write on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want.